there was some sort of uproar, right? Some rumblings. And
news came out that you had made some offensive comments on a podcast, maybe like, X months earlier.
I think after I got canceled.
What happened?
This whole thing.
A guy who has no idea?
Yeah.
What, really?
Yeah.
So he didn't know the SNL story. And he said, wait, did he make an Asian joke?
About me personally, I was on there, and then other groups. I think Asians were certainly on there. Maybe some others.
I think all of them for sure.
Yeah, I mean
every group.
Every group. So
they got me on Asians though.
Shane, what do you not want to talk about?
Oh, I don't care. Asians?
What are you, Korean?
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
Yep. Nailed it.
Pretty good.
I know
pretty
my
good.
Asians. Not as good as Shane, but I know my Asians.
My man can point him out, dude. That's a pretty powerful weapon for a white dude.
Yeah, I'm looking around. I'm like,
I love it.
We're all Asians, by the way.
I've had this nightmare.
As someone who is personally slurred, I don't think that this is something that someone should lose a job over.
Now they
people
understand
like you.
how you got on SNL. Before they didn't get it. Now they're like, this is how he got on SNL.
I think that's nice.
And then, I saw a video of the rumbling, which is some kid got cast on SNL.
You didn't get on SNL.
Yeah.
I did. Technically.
Yeah, he did. Was your face there?
He got on Deadline.
I got
twice.
paid.
Okay, you got paid by SNL.
I got a check.
Which, by the way, you know how I feel about that show.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it.
I want to do stand-up. I kind of hated SNL at that point because every sketch was like, you know what it is. Yeah. And then I was like, I'll never fit in there.
USA! USA!
Eric!
USA! USA!
So, I mean, I think Gillian Keeves is more of I think it's a good, like, real type thing to, like, show what we can do.
Maybe
because McKeever's writing and directing and doing all this shit.
Yeah.
And it's just a nice way to show everybody, like, we're capable of making things.
Maybe you could get a spot with SNL. You think they'll let you audition with it?
I would try. I'll give it a shot.
Can you imagine packaging
if I went
that
back?
and send it?
Were there a lot of Asians around where you grew up?
No.
Like, do you remember any in your school?
Yeah, there were a couple.
Yeah,
shout out to that real piece of shit.
Yeah.
The thing is that sucked with mine was it was a podcast. So it wasn't like a well thought out, smart joke. It was just talking.
It was so funny when you were the first person where something was said on a podcast where I was like, we can get in trouble for stuff we say on a podcast? And then they're like, oh, yeah. And then they started deep diving people. And then I was like, oh.
We're both walking in Austin at the Moon Tower Festival.
Yeah.
Somebody drives by, is like, yo, Shane, you're so funny.
Who's that, Pang Wang?
Bang dang, you're racist.
Because I went to Austin and Joe was trying to parade me around being like, isn't this incredible? And I was like, it's okay. Slow down. Everyone talked about it like it was heaven on earth. I was like, yeah, it's okay.
It's close. They just have to eradicate the homeless.
It's the grossest part of the internet. I really think the Taliban could take over America if they started with the internet. Taliban's got some.
I will say this.
Taliban's got some okay ideas.
I was looking at the Met. Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm sure you got into the throes of it with Rogan.
Funny.
You really thought that?
Yeah, what?
You really thought that?
What?
That was one of my favorite. That's like when Joe doesn't get a joke is almost better than it's actually better than when he gets a joke.
By the way, that joke that didn't land on Rogan was
fuck. Well, it's not like it was the best joke. I did Tigerbelly.
Okay, that's fun.
This is great.
Yeah.
Bobby's fucking. He's a lunatic. Dude.
He is a fucking lunatic.
Why do we have a Chinatown?
He is a real lunatic.
And why do they live in one place?
Guys, question one.
I would say if I had to put my finger.
Wait, he can see over the wheel?
Yeah, it was wild. He's a bad.
Would you just see knuckles?
Yeah.
Knuckles and hair?
I don't want to attribute it to anything, but he is a bad driver.
It's his height.
Second thing is just a request. Say the word noodle in an Asian accent.
Neuter.
That's all.
This show's pretty important to me, Shane. I don't just show up in basketball shorts.
That was for SNL.
Because it did seem like the attention was primarily on your comments about Asians.
So you guys would say you guys have loved each other long time?
He's fearless.
If you would,
I just love.
If you had to say,
love. You know what I love about you? The fearlessness.
When you made Asian jokes, were you giving guff or were you making fun of Asian?
when it comes to goofing around about Asians, when I got fired from Saturday Night Live,
Were you giving guff?
I for real was just joshing.
I did the Barstool case race.
Oh yeah.
I haven't hated myself more than the next morning in a very, very long time.
What was the fuss?
Shane, to see if you're telling the truth, what's your order of Chinese food?
Shut up.
And hold on, before you answer, this is either going to result in a fight between you and I, a wrestling match, or you're cool.
So the thing that happened to me growing up was like, I thought to myself, okay, I can be the Chinese guy that takes it, or I can be the Chinese guy that fucking fights over it.
Yeah.
And so I chose the latter.
You fucking absolute nobody.
Oh,
Shut up.
oh no.
Jay, come in.
And I lost most all of those fights because I was the scrawny Asian guy.
I haven't mustered the strength to rewatch it because of the shame and guilt.
Here's my order. Yo, get fired. Get fired.
I thought I was a good time guy.
Hey, your order.
He wants to wrestle.
Get 7-on-7 hat on. Now. He wants to wrestle now.
Oh no! Oh.
The next morning, I had to go do a sit-down interview one-on-one with Andrew Yang.
Oh no,
bro!
I didn't put the pieces together.
This interview is going to be the craziest looking fucking thing on earth. I'm dark red. It's in a,
my team puts me in touch with you, and I have a call with you. During our phone conversation, I was like, okay, like I felt good about the statement I made saying like, look, I don't think this guy should lose his job.
It's going to be crazy looking. I'm dark red, out of my mind hungover.
Oh.
Like so sad.
Neuter.
That's all.